Well, over your vast travels over the last 6-7 years, would you say that musicians take care of home, or do they? You know what I'm saying? What would be the percentage of musicians who take care of the business right, take care of home, do the right things on the road?
Well, I couldn't put it up in percentages.
Yeah.
But it's like anything else. You got to look at music ministry as a whole. It's almost like preacher ministry. So it's an aspect of to where you see preachers fall, you see musicians fall, and one aspect of it is that we represent the Levitical position of what we're supposed to be doing, but then the other aspect of it is that the third that went with Satan, that was cast out, is that right now it's almost like a catch-22. Right now, if you look at all your top hip-hop, R&B people, is that it's a circumstance to where they've left the church. But then it's like this. They're trying to make a living. You have phenomenal musicians in the church. And James, this kills me, and I'm just being real, is that you have pastors, you got the playing, you went from your Zanetti suits, now the custom-made suits. You got your Maris on, or you doing Davinzadis, or you might be doing Meslins, and then it's
what is all that you name?
Shoes.
Shoes.
They know what I'm
okay.
talking
You
about.
didn't say Payless or or Walmart.
But it's crazy is that a musician can sit in the house of God and play till his heart is just gone, and then when the musician needs to be taken care of, is that here it is, man. The preacher and the church forget. And I'll be honest with you, in any house, in any established house that has order and that's been deemed by God that this is how this house is supposed to be, look at their music department. I don't care who says what, is that here it is, if David can do this and cast demons out, if you got some of the coldest musicians in your house, don't go prophesying, it's coming, when you got in your pocket and you can give to them. And then as soon as they leave and go play with P. Diddy, then you casting against them saying, okay, they in the wrong. But they was in your house and you wasn't giving them nothing. And that's not all pastors, but some pastors...
You sound a little bitter, Butch. You sound a little bitter.
No, it's not bitter.
You sound like you want to stab somebody.
No, man, I've run into it so much, man.
And it's hurtful.
It's hurtful, man. Because here it is that, they say that, in church, if you do this, you do a certain run, a certain chord, it used to be the devil's music. And then, now you go into this realm to where you went from Pentecostal movement to the word movement, charismatic movement. Now we're back into this realm of praise and worship. So here it is that I feel personally, if the music is here, and the ministry is here, and there's churches, I know small churches, that are bringing in $19,000, $20,000 a week. So here it is, if it's here, you need to take care of those folk like they're here. And that's not really out of business, out of bitterness. James, I look at it like this, for the biblical folk.
Uh-oh.
We'll go here.
Uh-oh.
We'll go here. James, if you look at, here was when, who was it? Jehaziel. When he tells Jehoshaphat, this battle's not yours. Okay, most people don't even know the correct setting of Scripture. Jehaziel was a cripple, an invalid almost. And here, almost like Mephibosheth, here it is, he prophesies to Jehoshaphat and tells him that don't worry about how many men that you're going to do battle against. Here it is, you're going against 10,000, and it's just so few of you. If I'm correct, I think it's like 300 of them. So here it is that after he prophesies to Jehoshaphat, the Bible declares 3 days after that it took them that long to pick up the spoils. So from a Levitical standpoint, James, Levites have always been taken care of, have always been blessed. But now that we have this new church and this new world order, it's the thing that people have forsaken the musicians. And if you go in this city here that you're in, if you go out west to St. Charles, they brought in people that I know of.
Church on the Rock. That's my home church.
See, so they got Keith.
Keith Dobbins.
Keith Dobbins. Keith is incredible. Keith has been traveled many different places. You got Keith Leaks.
Keith Leaks.
Keith Leaks is unbelievable on board.
That's right.
For a moment, Keith Phelps was there.
Right.
Now Keith Phelps is in Orlando. So the thing of it is that ministries, some ministries, and it's not all, recognize what they have in their house, or if they want to better that house, they'll go out the house to bring people in. Now, am I opposed to them bringing people in? Not at all. Because if folk can drive from far and near to come to your house and be a blessing to your house, you should give them the best. And that's just me personally. So if I offended any brother, any sister,
you know Two gonna be calling. You know Two gonna call you about the Levitical standpoint.
Hey, I apologize. I love everybody. No animosity, no hard feelings. But there's a perspective, man, to where there is people out there, man, that live for God, that live right, that ain't hoeing, that ain't no punks,
right?
Ain't no bisexual.
But you know what? I don't believe musicians ought to get paid.
Well, you know something.